Well, I'm a bit saddened and shocked dealing with my neighborhood community forum, nextdoor.com, and the level of cognitive dissonance and ad hominem attacks I received for raising awareness on 5G. And kind of in shock, and I'm just trying to keep it cool and not let these like energy vampires lower my frequency. My intention was to give them links and evidence to research to uplift their knowledge on this technology, and about 90% of the responses were that the sites I was referencing were all bunk and that I'm just fear-mongering, and people looked up my website and who I am, and they're like, oh, I can't believe that people would take the time to research my name from my profile and then look up like my website and then start attacking that as like pseudoscience and my history of like, it was crazy. Like all I did was provide like numerous links from like the Environmental Health Trust saying, you know, there's over 250 doctors and scientists worldwide that are asking for an appeal and a moratorium on the 5G rollout. And like numerous, you know, San Joaquin County kids getting cancer from a 5G tower at their school. I mean, just you name it. The correspondence with my city council on how they're saying they can't do anything. Like everything was met for the most part with cognitive dissonance and like attacks on me. I'm not trying to play the victim route. I'm just like, I can't believe it, you know? I mean, there's one thing that, you know, I've been listening to Martin Kenny from Flat Earth Universe, and there's one thing that he talks about that I like is that, you know, everything is perfect, that all is well in the world, it's how it's supposed to be. And, you know, the more you fight that, you know, the more I really want to wake people up and get all frustrated and lower my frequency, then I'm fighting reality. So the best route really is just to accept the way things are. And if people want to attack me, if people want to whatever, that's fine. I'm just going to accept that. But the fact is that you know, if it wasn't for the chemtrails and the EMF that I would research, I wouldn't have started making organoids. So there's always a positive, and you just have to look at everything as an opportunity for growth. I'll post this latest video I listened to when I was packing orders the last couple days. I just don't agree. He kind of downplays 5G, like, you know, 5G, I don't think will be that bad, but everything else I really resonate with. But, you know, all we're asking for is just show me the long-term safety testing that shows that 5G is healthy, that millimeter waves are okay to have outside your child's bedroom window. Is that too much to ask? They can't provide that. And, you know, these guys on this forum who are like battling me, claiming it's safe and that I'm scaremongering, I keep asking, can you show me the long-term safety testing? It's like with vaccines, that you can't show it. You can't do it because there is no safety testing, because it would prove that detrimental to their cause and their profits. I mean, this is just insane to me that, you know, you have your community you deal with every day. You're driving around, they're at the grocery store, they're at the gym, and you try to uplift them with knowledge, and it's met with a barrier, a wall that you're not able to get through. So I'm going to take this as an experience for growth, and understand that I cannot wake up everyone. It's not my place to wake up everyone. That's taking on too much. But I am just trying to do my part. I want to be able to go to the grave and say, you know what? I did my part. I did my best. That's all, you know, from a humble place. But like, I had so many links that I could send people. Like if you're dealing with this on your own, with your own community forum or whatever, family, friends, everyone is just so resistant to this information because it's like too much to take. You would think that people might get past that after like 9/11 and all these things like Standing Rock, you know, like just going off, pelting, shooting at these peaceful protesters. I mean, do people have a short memory? Like, the corporations run this country, this world, and people have like, they don't acknowledge this stuff, that profits are everything, And 5G is very profitable to these industries. Vaccines are very profitable for pharma and the CDC. And that's all these corporations care about is profits. And you have people defending them. And with a short memory, this guy was quoting Wikipedia as saying that something in there was saying that 5G is harmless, or it's already been rolled out and it's completely harmless, something like that. And I was like, you're quoting Wikipedia, but you're attacking my sources that are from like doctors and scientists and citizens who research radiation and EMF for a living. And this guy was literally coming off as like the uber researcher by picking apart each website and saying, well, this guy has this, this is his agenda and this and that. He's like, you're gonna have to do better and this and that. And then he picks apart me, Googles me, and he's like, well, obviously David has an agenda to sell his product. And they're just like, I'm like, listen, I get a lot of DMs from people who are experiencing the same sort of frustration, dealing with their family members and friends. And, like I'm going to go to Costco right now and shop, and I'm going to see a lot of people that I would love to like wear a giant shirt that would, start a conversation. I try to do that with veganism and stuff. And I get like weird looks a lot, but it's another story. But you want to inform these people, but you can't. It's too much to take on. So it's like you think you might just have to kind of accept reality the way it is, and realize there's a plan, and all you can do is your part. But the bottom line is, for me, you can attack any website you want. You could say this guy was this or this guy was that. You can attack me, say I have an agenda. That's fine. You can do all that. The bottom line is, show me the safety testing. The burden of proof is on them. It's on pharma. It's on for vaccines. If you're going to tell me I have to inject this into my child, show me it's safe. Okay? If you're going to put a cell tower, 5G small cell, outside my child's bedroom window, or you plan on doing that, or maybe outside your business, show me it's safe. Are we asking for too much? No. And so if you can tell that to your friends who are resisting this information, ask them if that's asking too much, to want to be shown, because the burden of proof is on them, that there's been long-term safety testing done. And pharma cannot provide that. They cannot provide any because there's been no carcinogenic, mutagenic, or impairment of fertility potentials. There's been no testing on that. And those are kind of big deals. They've never been a long-term test. They've done some tests that have shown that unvaccinated kids are much healthier. But there's never been a really long-term with a huge population of people of vaccinated versus unvaccinated, because it would be damning to their profits if they were to do such testing. Just like they would, if they do these 5G testing where birds are dying, they did it at Glastonbury, they tested on people and people had all this radiation sickness. They're not going to present this in the mainstream media because it's very damning to their case, right? So my point of all this is, first of all, just don't let, I'm just laughing this off. I feel better now that I'm just talking about it and maintaining your high frequency. It's very important. It's all about you in this journey, in this game, this illusion. And that's what I'm trying to remember and understand, and that reality is the way it is. And the main thing is to not let these people bring you down, but you can ask them questions. Asking questions is something I don't always do. Sometimes I get defensive and then just, blah, blah, blah. Sometimes I'm very egoic in my responses and I'm guilty as charged. But what you can do is ask them if there's been any long-term safety testing that proves it's safe, and to show you those tests. Because they will pick apart your sources, and they'll claim that their sources are legit. Wikipedia, really? Wikipedia saying that contrails are just water vapor? Come on. Probably says fluoride is good for your health, and 9/11 was done by guys with box cutters, Common sense isn't so common. They'll pick apart your sources. They'll pick apart you. They'll shoot the messenger. You look back at history, and just ask questions. Say, hey, has there been any long-term safety testing done? If so, can you send it to me? I'd love to see it. At a certain level, we all have some common sense and intuition that we can tap into, right? if we have a soul, we are living, breathing human beings, not some clone, reptilian, whatever, you name it. If you're a living, breathing human being, and you're a creation of the creator or creation, nature, whatever you want to call it, universe, multiverse, there is goodness inside of you. There's common sense inside of you. There's intuition inside of you that I think we all have in common, right? And so none of us like to be attacked. And so a lot of these arguments and positions are attacking the person, and their ego wants to respond and attack the other person. Then it becomes very divisive. What you can do is just maybe put a smiley face and say, hey, thanks for the info. I'm just curious if is there any long-term safety testing done? I'd love to see it. Please send it my way so I can share it with my friends and family. Put them on the spot. Make them provide the information to you, and they won't be able to. And then you can just be silent and say, okay, well. And so that's key, is keeping your frequency high. And what I mean by that is just not delving into attacks, ad hominems, not going back and forth and like I've done that so many times, and I'm guilty as charged, and I'll attack people because I feel attacked, and it never works. It never works. It never helps. I don't feel better after. They don't feel better after. It's divisive, and that's not what we need right now. We need people coming together and doing so in an intelligent way where we're thinking, like those John Trudell videos that I posted, I really resonated with, because we need to use our spiritual intelligence that we were given, and we need to use it. That's how we're going to win this war, is with our minds and our intelligence. And we have to decalcify in order to tap into that, which is why I promote veganism and electric foods and herbs and minerals, not dead bodies. It'll open a whole new world for you, and not injecting neurotoxins into you or your kids, because not doing that will open a whole new world for you. And drinking clean water and getting sun and being around orgone devices. Yeah, I mean, I believe in my product, and I believe in that energy and what it can do for you. So keep your frequency high. Try not to get wrapped up in divisiveness. Try to recognize and use your intelligence when a conversation is going negative and ego and arrogance are starting to become involved and take over. And just make sure that your energy is kept at a premium. Make sure that you're protecting your energy at all times, because this is all about you and your energy. It's not about being selfish and everything's about me. The world revolves around me. Egocentrism or whatever. No, it's about just you have to live with yourself every day. So you want to keep your frequency and your vibration high, because you're going to help others when you do so. By helping yourself, you help others, and by helping others, you help the world. So it all spirals out, but it starts with you. And like I said, any negative thing you go through is an opportunity for growth. It's an experience and an opportunity for growth. So if you fail and you lower your frequency, don't worry, just learn from it. Just learn from it and try to do it again. And just ask questions. Ask people to send you the proof that this stuff is safe for us. And then maybe you'll consider supporting it. This particular case, there was so many responses with people saying, it's dangerous to create disinformation and scaremonger your community and everything. Like, they always flip it and turn it back on you when they're presented with information that conflicts with their reality, with their truth. And you just have to accept that makes people uncomfortable, and that you might get attacked by presenting it. So I'm kind of like, I like to just be honest and tell the truth. Like, this is freaking happening. You guys need to wake up. But maybe that's not always the best approach. Maybe it's just like, hey, does anyone know if there's any long-term safety testing, like I've said. And they won't be able to provide that. And I don't think that's asking too much. And that will resonate probably best with people if they are using their intelligence and common sense. And so try to meet people on their level of, if they're skeptical and this information is going to make them uncomfortable, just, hey, say, show me the testing.